9345. That's 427-9345.
Hi, this is Marcus with Sonic Drive-In in Jessup, Georgia, 919 South First Street. Just wanted to share with you our morning drink stop ad that we have large drinks for 99 cents every morning from 6 to 11. And we also have our large $1.49 iced coffee all day long. I just want to tell you all about our $5 Sonic Boom Box. It's a Junior Deluxe cheeseburger, a French fry, or a tater tot, your choice of any 6-inch hot dog, and a medium drink or sweet tea. And also don't forget, we have our $2 Sonic cheeseburgers every Tuesday. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Good morning, 7:59 on this Thursday morning, the 4th day of August, first day of school. And we do appreciate you tuning in with us this morning. Currently here in Southeast Georgia, we have 77 degrees, and we're looking for a high today of around 93, heat index of 105 with a 60% chance of showers. The automometer level is at 2.8 feet and rising. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Lacey's Body Shop, also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty, Sonic Restaurant, Jessup Premium Storage, and Mike Birch Ford.
Okay.
All right, world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And Bob, I mentioned an accident when I was coming in here to the radio station, and I think you got on the phone and found out a little bit about it.
Just got a few details again, as we talked about, a lot of more traffic, directing traffic, things like that. But I understand that up here at this intersection, the county deputy was directing traffic and someone, an adult in a vehicle, turned and hit the deputy. But again, they say that it doesn't appear to be life-threatening injuries, but we just get an initial report. But that's why the traffic's tied up at the moment, and they're at the intersection pretty much blocked off this time. So that's the initial report that we've got. So we have more details later today, but hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, let's hope he's going to be okay. Normally, they don't have a policeman there at the intersection up here at Henson Mosley Road and Joy Williamson Road because of the light. And when I came through it this morning on the way to the high school, I noticed, I said, wow, the policeman here. And then when I was leaving the high school, I noticed the senior parade coming by. They always, every year, the seniors gather up there at Burger King and have breakfast, and they have a big vehicle parade from Burger King to the high school with big banners, and I'll have just a blast from Burger King all the way to the high school. And when I was coming back to the intersection, I noticed the traffic backed up and all kinds of police people there and somebody lying down in the intersection. And it looked like a policeman because of the dark outfit he had on, but I wasn't for sure. And I'm glad that you were able to call and find out about that. So if you're getting backed up to the intersection here of Highway 84 and Henson Mosley Road and Joy Williamson Road, it's still backed up, yeah. They're moving the policeman right now. You said it was a county officer, right? Wayne County officer.
The initial report we've got. As I said, got off the phone with the high school principal, Bo Adams, who he thought it was a student who might have been hit, but it was not a student. And again, he went there to check it. But the initial report is a county deputy who's died. And like I said, they're in the process of taking him to the hospital. But the initial report is it doesn't seem to be life-threatening, but not sure how seriously injured he is.
I'm glad hopefully he's going to be okay. And it was an adult, from what we understand, that turned into him and not one of the students.
Right.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you updated on that story. Any other stories that might be breaking anytime soon. But please be careful out there going to the school and leaving the school. Just tons of traffic out there this morning. People trying to get into that regular routine. And there's just a world of difference. If you drive in the mornings, there's a world of difference in the traffic when there's school's in session and when school's not in session. Just a world of difference.
And again, keep those safety tips in mind, drive with caution, make sure you obey all school bus laws. If the school bus stops, you have to stop. So, and a lot of people don't understand the rules and regulations, but there's a lot of laws out there regarding school safety. So again, with school opening up today, keep that in mind. Again, that's why we have Luther Hires comes out every year and does those safety reminders. So we run them constantly. So hopefully people will be listening and, like I said, take the precaution that they should.
Yeah. And if you come at an intersection where there's policemen slow down to almost a crawl, it's a shame that you've got a policeman out there in the middle of an intersection directing traffic and someone just turns right into him. Don't know what the situation was there. We'll find out more details in a little while. So just be careful out there, folks, on this first day of school here in Wayne County, because it's just going to be, it'll be the same way this afternoon as people are trying to get into that routine and habit of their, by, end of next week, things should be somewhat settled down. Okay. All right. We don't have any guests, I don't think, this morning. I don't see anyone. I know we got a guest tomorrow. But we do appreciate Superintendent of Schools Jay Brinson coming on yesterday and talking about the school situation and so forth. And we just wish the best for all the students this year in the 2016-2017 year.
Tomorrow we'll have a new head football coach and athletic director Derek Chastain is going to join us tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Again, the Touchdown Club has their big event tomorrow night at 7 at the Commons area of the high school. Again, tickets will be available at the door, $10, but again, a special night with the three members of the 93 class football team being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Steve Badgery, Casey Keith, Sean Mitchell, all going to be in attendance with their families. So it should be a big night tomorrow night at the high school Commons area at 7 p.m. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Steve and Sean. I hadn't seen them in ages. And Casey still lives around here. See him all the time, but haven't seen Steve Badgery. He lives out in Texas, and I'm not sure where Sean is, but looking forward to seeing both those guys. But had a chance to reminisce with Coach Connor. Hopefully you heard the interview yesterday. Had more comments from him tomorrow on sports about the three guys from that class and that team that went undefeated during the regular season, 12-1 for the entire season. They got beat in the second round by Thomasville, but ranked 7th in the state after the polls came out at the end of the year. So just a very historic season. Still got the Coke bottle, commemorating undefeated season. So just a great time.
Yeah, I remember that season. I remember the very last game of the year where we're going for undefeated season. We're playing in Jones County. And, of course, Jones at that particular time did not allow live broadcast of the game. So I popped up there and took my phone inside and called in reports for that game. And that was just a shame. You know, I don't care how much we talked to Jones County, they were not going to change their mind about it. So I just went in there and sat on the visitor side and called in reports every so often. They weren't live. I mean, I wasn't live play-by-play, but it was reports. But that was a heck of a season for the Wayne County Yellow Jackets, going undefeated and getting the second round of the state playoffs. And as you mentioned, it'll be good to see what these guys are up to these days, and what they're doing and what they remember about that season, and the thoughts and the feelings and the words they'll have to this year's football team. Way back in '93, Bob. Time flies.
Time flies.
Yep. All right, 105.5 FM Majestic Big Dog Country, WIFO. Is there anything on your mind this morning as we go along here through the show? Anything at all from a news standpoint that you wanted to highlight or feature or comment on?
Just wondering, like I said, a couple of events taking place tonight. The law enforcement appreciation supper being provided by the Housing Authority and the Benton Union Baptist Church. It's going to be a nice event tonight. Glad to see that taking place. That's going to be a Low Country Bowl at 6 p.m. at Benton Union Church. All the firefighters and EMS employees and law enforcement have been given their invites. So that should be a nice event tonight. So I'm glad to see that taking place. And then, of course, they've got the EPD meeting tonight down in Brunswick, Georgia. I'll be headed down there for that. Have a full report tomorrow on that. But looking forward to seeing Buddy Carter. A lot going on nationwide. Getting interested to get his thoughts on everything taking place up in Washington and watching these people on TV with this Republican and Democratic race. I mean,
it's a circus. It's just a flat out circus.
Their heads are exploding. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They're talking about an intervention. They're talking about Trump. I mean, it's just, did they not pay attention to what took place from this all the way up? He beat 16 candidates.
I know. He beat 16 candidates with the message of we got to make America great again. We want to shore up our borders. So folks coming in are registered and just don't come in illegally. He's talking about trying to create American jobs by not giving away giving away everything to all the other countries.
He's a Republican nominee. They're watching TV. You would think that he's the monster.
Well, he's totally anti-establishment. We've talked about that before. With the Republicans and Democrats, they're more of the establishment. Doesn't matter what party it is.
I was flipping the channels today, watching some of those talking heads, and it's just, I'm like, how do they have journalism degrees? I don't know. Journalism is dead in this country. That's just sad what's taking place.
It is. I mean, a journalist out there should not be someone who promotes one party or one candidate over another. They should report the facts, report what's going on. You know, we just need another Sam Dawson in the White House, someone who had the gumption to get up there and ask the tough questions. It didn't matter who the president was. And today's journalists just seem to be more PR people for candidates and for parties. I don't understand it. It should be just the facts, ma'am. unless it's a commentary show, but most of them they report that way in their newscast.
It's going to be fun talking to Buddy today, get his thoughts on all these different issues that are out there the last couple of days. And the Olympics get underway tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. Michael Phelps, good to see him. Going to be the flag bearer, voted on by the Olympians. It is a dream come true for him. So, again, those games have already gotten, some of the games are underway. U.S. women's soccer team defeated New Zealand yesterday 2-0. So they play again Saturday against France. So some of the games underway. So apparently everything's going well thus far. Opening ceremony tomorrow night. Hopefully it'll go well. So
hopefully it should. Brazil really knows how to throw on a wing-ding down there. So, I'm sure there'll be a lot of very festive opening ceremonies tomorrow night down there in Rio. And remember, folks, if you have any questions or comments you wanted to send us, you can always text us. Text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. Text a question or comment. We do have a question here for you, Bob. Bob, what are the chances the DB from Alabama gets to transfer to UGA?
Well, if Nick Saban will get him out and let him come, he can come. I think the mother's doing a good job. She's, basically stating point blank that Nick Saban's blocking it. And she doesn't understand why he's blocking it, considering he let the one player go to Missouri. Same status, same scenario. So the players and his mother says he wants to come play at Georgia. So, hopefully the NCAA will step in and make Nick Saban release him and let him come to Georgia. So, we'll see.
All right, Coach Saban, get off here.
Just interested to see Kirby. Kirby's in a bad spot.
Yeah,
Nick
Kirby can't say anything.
Nick Saban's his mentor. He's been with Nick Saban the last how many years? So, it's just interesting. That's the new title. Now you're the head coach of Georgia, and you got to look after Georgia's interest. And you can't worry about Nick Saban. His player wants to come play for you. So I think eventually Kirby's going to have to step in and say, "Look, what's the deal?"
Yeah. At least the mom's up there. It's kind of hard to turn down moms.
He's going to have to make a call and say, "Look,
come on, Nick.
What are we doing?
Come on, Coach. What are you doing here? The guy wants to play over here. You want him to go to Auburn, LSU, or something like that? Send him over here on the east side."
You would think these guys are looking after the best interest of the athletes. If the athlete goes in and says,
Bob,
he wants to play at Georgia.
It puts Nick Saban in a very bad light there, because it's like he's well, he's mine. I'm going to keep him here. You left me. I'm not going to send him to another school here in the SEC type stuff.
This player's similar like Grayson was. He'd already got his degree. He's already graduated. Just can stay for another year. So.
Right.
Nick Saban wants to play at Alabama, and the kid wants to play at Georgia. So, I think eventually you'll see him in Athens.
Yeah, just let him go, Coach.
I think Saban, after being crushed by the mother.
The mother, yeah, that's the big thing right there, the mom.
It's not good. I want to think it's good PR for Nick Saban to stick to his guns. I think he's going to have to eventually release the player. Considering he's already done it to another player. And he went to another SEC school. He went to Missouri, so it's not.
Yeah. That's on the east side. Someone says you've always called him Nick Satan. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I call him.
You called him Nick Satan?
I still call him Nick Satan.
Why?
Because it's just fun.
It's just fun. No rhyme or reason. It's just fun, huh?
A lot of people call him Nick Satan. He's just got that, it's his way or the highway. Most people consider him the devil in the SEC because he continues to win.
Yeah.
When you're on top of the mind, you take all that.
Oh, yeah. You're on top. People would try to knock you down.
Nothing but respect in what he's done to that program. I said, Alabama people love him. They got a stadium. He's already got a statue outside the stadium. So
I know, already. Still coaching and got a statue.
He's definitely one of the best coaches by far. But I just have these little nicknames I like to.
I know you have these little nicknames.
Like the commissioner of the NFL, I call him Roger Fidel. So just
used to be Slime Time, Prime Time.
Yeah,
Sanders.
He's still Slime Time to me, but anyway. But that's Nick Saban. He's good though.
Yeah, he's a great coach. He knows how to recruit and know how to coach. No doubt about that. Keeps winning those national championships. I think Alabama's won 10 total. I was listening to the Rich Eisen show yesterday. I think it was Rich, or it could have been Chuck Oliver's show. I can't remember which one, on our AM station, AM 1370, The Buzz. And they were talking about that AP did some sort of study and report and all this kind of stuff like that. And that's one of the things they mentioned, that Alabama had won 10.
One thing I saw last week, I didn't realize this. I watched the Paul Feinbaum show Monday. Steve Spurrier's back at the University of Florida. And
what's he doing down there?
He's won they gave him some kind of title. He's just kind of administrative assistant with the football program. So
he is?
Yeah. So, had his Gator shirt on, and Paul Feinbaum told him how good he looked in Gator gear, but, he just seemed at home, Heisman Trophy winner, national championship coach. So, but the coach apparently wanted him down there and help out, the word is he'll probably be the athletic director down there in a couple of years. So, but they all want him back in Florida. So he said to him and his family are going to move to Gainesville. They haven't moved yet because they haven't sold their house in Columbia. So, but he looked like he was back home in Florida. So,
amazing.
So Steve Spurrier back in the Gator fold. I'm sure that makes all Gator fans ecstatic. So.
We did touch on this just a few minutes ago, but apparently someone just wanted to know about the information. Do you have? Oops, my screen just went black. Do you have any information on the officer being hit by a vehicle this morning in the school zone? Hopefully that's not true. Well, it is true.
It is true, but like I said, we don't have many details. We just know as a county deputy is what the report is, and it was hit by an adult in a vehicle. So again, the only good news we have is it appears not to be life-threatening injuries, but he is being taken to the Wayne Memorial Hospital, and we should have a full report later today. But again, we're stressing safety out there. If you're driving through these school zones, please drive with caution. But
this was the intersection of 84 and Joy Williamson Road, Henson Mosley Road, so it was a little ways away from the high school. But they had officers this morning because they were directing the senior parade, the vehicle parade from Burger King to the high school. The parade made it through there okay. The students did fine. It was just some adult that was turning, either misjudged or lost control or didn't see, but hit this policeman, county officer there. And Bob will continue to follow up on the story, but the initial reports is he wasn't injured that bad, at least from initial reports there at the scene of the accident. And normally there's not policemen there. There are policemen over there at the intersection of Highway 341 and Joy Williamson Road because there's not a light there. So in the mornings and the afternoons, they set up there. I know that there's been a push here in Wayne County for a light to come to the intersection, isn't it, Bob?
Right. The students are, in fact, they petitioned for a light there. They got involved. In fact, when they had the, wasn't the legislative, it wasn't the breakfast, but they had the post-legislative luncheon at the Coastal Pines Technical College. They made the appeal, and they were commended on being involved. And all our legislators were supposed to get involved and see that we could get, trying to get a stop sign or trying to get traffic lights. You have to jump through a lot of hurdles and a lot of hoops.
They don't want to have to stop traffic there on a regular basis. I guess maybe during the rest of the day it could just be flashing, but on a major highway like that where people have to come to a stop, on a road that don't have a whole bunch of traffic on it unless school's in session, getting in or in and out.
And the student's point was that in years past, normally people have to die at an intersection before they take action and put a light up. And they said, please put the light up before something tragic happens. So, but right now, the light has not been put up yet. And I'm not sure where that is at this point. I'm sure that's something we have to talk to Chad. I said the students have asked for a light, but so far the light has not been put up that intersection.
No, they just continue to use policemen there, and when the school's going in session and out of session each day at the intersection of Highway 341 and Joy Williamson Road. Now, of course, there is a light up here at Highway 84 and Joy Williamson Road. That's where the policeman got hit this morning. Normally, there are not policemen there, but they were directing the senior parade from Burger King to the high school. Another comment just sent in here. Someone says, I think Alabama claims to have won 16 national championships, including some where they didn't even win the conference championship. So I guess there's a difference between claim and reality, Bob. That AP study, they added points to like 1 point if you were ever in the top 10 or in the top 20 or something like that. 2 points for being number one each time that you were number one. 10 points for winning a national championship. And they said over the last 50 years, the number one program, the team that got the most points was Ohio State. I think Alabama was fourth or something like that.
Georgia has one national championship. I happen to be present, so I'm not going there. Alabama wins that argument. I'm not. Like I said, I'm not here to diss Alabama. I respect Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama's a great program.
Respect Nick Saban. Like I said, know what a great coach he is. And I said, I'm glad we got Kirby Smart, though, from that program, because Kirby Smart seems to be able to do what Nick Saban's done for years, and that's recruit. And that's one thing I've been very impressed with Kirby Smart. The recruitment in the state of Georgia has been unreal by Kirby Smart, and that's what he's trying to do. There's so much talent in the state of Georgia. If you just recruit the best talent in the state of Georgia, really don't have to go outside the state. And that's what he seems to be doing, concentrating on all this talent in the state of Georgia, trying to keep the best kids in the state of Georgia coming to the University of Georgia. So he's really made a conscientious effort since he's been on campus to do just that, and the results speak for themselves. So Kirby Smart is an excellent recruiter. And just, I think people in Georgia are going to be pleased with the talent he continues to bring to the university. I said, I think Georgia's in for a good season. What's the expectations? Nobody seems to know. And I said, looking at all the SEC media people, they've got, the prediction was Tennessee to win it, then Florida second, Georgia third, which is surprising. But Georgia, the schedule's favorable. The first game's a big test, though. So, and of course, the big question mark is who's playing quarterback. That's always that's not a good thing to have.
We don't know how running back's going to be either.
The old saying goes, when you got three quarterbacks, that means you don't have a quarterback. So, the decision won't be made. I still say we will not know until they kick off at the Georgia Dome, and when Georgia receives a kickoff, whoever goes out the center, and then we'll know who the quarterback is. But until then, I don't look for an announcement to be made by Kirby Smart. I'll be shocked if it is before then. I'd like to see it before then, but I don't believe we'll know before opening kickoff on September 3rd.
Okay. All right. You're listening to the world famous Butch and Bob show here on WYFO. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to text us. You can text them to us at 912-427-3711. 912-427-3711. Text us questions and comments. How was Notre Dame number 2 on that list of all-time top 100 list? Have they ever won a national championship? Oh, yeah. Notre Dame's won several national championships.
Notre Dame should be at number 1.
They're number 2 behind Ohio State, according to the way they added
look at the stats. Do you remember their name, Newt Rockne?
Yeah. It's been, it's not only the last 50 years, it's been since the 30s or 40s.
College Football Hall of Fame, they're giving the stats. Alabama has like 20. Notre Dame has about 52. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So when you go down to stats, number 1 rankings, national championships, All-Americans, Notre Dame is by far number 1 in America. So they have a long tradition.
Yes, they do.
Very proud tradition. So don't be dissing on Notre Dame.
I just want to know how many national championships they won.
They've won. I'll look it up. I don't have one of those phones. I should have one of those phones. Just got a text there about the red light. And I said they're still sending letters trying to get the red light. DOT keeps saying no, but we're not giving up on it. But again, that's something that they're consistently asking. And I said that's something that has to be talked to like our representatives Chad Nimmer and Blake Tillery, and get them and see where they're at on that. But again, it is a huge endeavor trying to get a traffic light.
Yeah, well, they don't want to. Like I said, a lot of times on these major highways like this 4-lane highway, they don't want to stop traffic. First of all, there's a cost involved in putting one of those things up and then having to run in and maintain it. But you've got traffic going along there at 45, 55, 60 miles an hour, and the stop traffic. I can understand where they're coming from that standpoint, but I know that, and that's the reason why they have to have policemen out there at the intersection of Highway 341 and Joy Williamson Road in the mornings and afternoons because of all the school traffic. Other than that, it's not that bad. If I go through there during the day, I can easily get on Joy Williamson Road, off of Joy Williamson Road on 341 in either direction, no problem at all. But during school, in the mornings and afternoons when they're going to school and getting out of school, that's a whole different ballgame. So it'll be interesting to see if the light is ever there. One of the most difficult things to do is when you pull into Wayne County High School is getting in and out of One Jacket Drive, because you've got cars turning left and cars turning right, and people trying to turn into the school. It's quite a process there from going into the school parking lot areas and in front of the school and drop off areas. Getting back on One Jacket Drive, that's always a challenge right there, but it seems to work. Okay, let's see here now.
There we go. Most national championships Alabama 10, Notre Dame 8, Oklahoma 7, USC 7. So Ohio State 6, Miami 5, Nebraska 5, Minnesota 4, Texas 4, Florida State 3, Florida 3, LSU 3. So there you go. Penn State 2, Pittsburgh 2, and of course Clemson 1, Georgia 1. So there's your list of most national championships. Alabama has 10, Notre Dame has 8.
Okay.
Oklahoma has 7.
Okay. There you are. Oop, there you are. Somebody just texted in, why are they changing trash pickup? Been the same for 18 years. I don't know why they're changing it.
They're changing it because they said they can do it in a more efficient way. But like I said,
This the county?
This is the Republic Services countywide pickup,
Right.
curbside pickup. That was discussed Monday night at the county commission meeting. It will not take effect till mid-September, and they'll send out color-coded bulk mail items about the changing of the routes, but they think they can do it more efficiently by changing the routes. So
The routes. Okay, well,
that's
you always look at doing things more efficiently and more cost effective.
it's all about saving money and doing it correctly. It'll still be 5 days a week, but it'll just be different routes. So your garbage may be picked up on a different day, but you'll get you get notified before that takes place. And
Well, I know ours gets picked up here on Wednesday mornings and has for a long time out here at the radio station. But if the person is listening, the reason why they're changing economics, they think they can do it more efficiently. Okay?
But
Trying to save the county some money.
But you'll be notified. That was part of the discussion Monday night at the county meeting.
Okay. So you're heading over to Brunswick tonight for that coal ash meeting there at the old city hall in downtown Brunswick, right?
Be there 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock that starts. And then did you say the Low Country Bowl for the Law Enforcement Appreciation Low Country Bowl at Bennett Union starts at 6?
Starts at 6 tonight.
Okay, so if you see a lot of law enforcement personnel around the Bennett Union Baptist Church area on Pine Street, that's what it's all about. Big Low Country Bowl. Bennett Union Baptist Church and Jessup Housing Authority putting on a law enforcement appreciation Low Country Bowl tonight at Bennett Union Baptist Church. I think that's great. I think that kind of news needs to make national news.
It's just a good event.
Yeah.
So
That's a good positive of news right there, where the community is reaching out to the policemen and say, hey, we appreciate what you do for us. Yeah. I know this has been a trying time for policemen all over the country in the last several months, and it's good to see the church, Jessup Housing Authority, getting together here and putting all this together, and the whole community over there on Pine Street. All right, Bob, anything else going on? When is the very first regular season game for the Wayne County Yellow Jackets?
August 26th at West Lawrence High School.
At West Lawrence in Dublin, August 26th.
This Friday is the Touchdown Club's kickoff banquet. Next Friday is the scrimmage at Thomas County Central. And then 2 weeks after that is the first game, the 26th at West Lawrence High School.
And when will we see Wayne County play its very first game here?
September 2nd against Valdosta Wildcats.
Against the Wildcats.
Labor Day weekend.
Okay. All right, Bob. Anything else going on you want to comment on this morning before you head out?
Just want to remind you, we'll have Coach Derek Chastain here tomorrow on the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Looking forward to that. So,
all right, Bob. You have a great day. All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Lightsey's Body Shop here in Jessup. Also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street across from the Heritage Bay. By Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway. And also by Sonic Restaurant. Stop by there right now at Sonic for a great breakfast on South 1st Street, and by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. 827, 105.5 FM in Jessup, 77 degrees here in Southeast Georgia. High today around 93. Heat index of 105, so very humid today. And we do have that 60% chance of showers. The autumn harbor level is at 2.8 feet and rising. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And coming up in just a couple of moments here, we'll have the latest news from Fox News Radio right here on 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, WIFO.
Drivers with a Class D license may not drive after midnight for any reason. Have anyone who is a non-family member under the age of 21 for the first 6 months. Have more than one non-family member under 21 for the next 6 months, and no more than 3 non-family members